All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, we're good. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a completely sold out. That's right, completely sold out basketball game here at Patrick Wade Memorial Stadium. I'm Akshad Drividula. Alongside me doing color is Samarth Girish. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Why? Hello?
Don't worry. Can you hear me without this?
I guess, but like, well, is it not working?
Yeah. It's not that big a deal.
All right, it's gonna be tough, but
We'll manage to make it work. Sorry, everyone. Just quickly getting some technical difficulties anywhere. Like I said, fully booked. That's right. Sold out. First time. Student section is roaring. Fans are everywhere as your Bellarmine Bells take on the St. Francis Lancers. That's right. The Holy War is coming at you right here on BCB Sports Live, streamed on YouTube. And Samarth actually had a chance to catch up with Coach Schneider earlier this week and ask him a few questions. So, Samarth?
I did actually. I asked Coach Schneider. They had a great win against Valley Christian, and I asked him, how do you keep the momentum going for this one? And he said, the rivalry game takes care of itself. The guys are always excited to play St. Francis, especially at home, in front of this great crowd. There's nothing I need to do to get the guys ready to play.
All right, thanks, Samarth. Great points here. There's a lot of different stuff the Bells need to work on. And as you guys may know, this is a St. Francis team that lost by 30 points to Midi. 30 points. Clearly points at something, but as assistant coach Duncan managed to tell me, in the WCEL, one game doesn't matter. And no matter what you do, you have to push through because everyone's a tough opponent. And in his words, if you aren't up for this game, well, indeed, if you aren't up for this game as a Bellarmine player, then I don't know if you should even be on this team. This is what we dream about. This is what you care about. When you think back on the great rivalries, you think of USC and Texas. You think of the Lakers and the Celtics.
Oh, yeah.
You think of the Steelers and the Raiders. And now you think of Bellarmine and St. Francis. It's of that magnitude.
These guys have been battling it out for over 40 years, you know, very historic in their way of play. Both coaches know each other very well. They're great friends off the court, but arch nemesis when the clock strikes 0-0 and the game begins.
And as Samarth says, as we're just under 2 minutes left to go for tip-off, there are a few factors the Bells need to keep at play when playing. If those of you have been managing to watch Bellarmine basketball with us this entire season, you'll notice a few things. What? Is there any way that we can get the wires? No way.
Wait, dude, like, is there, how do you know my friends might
Tap it. That's how you know.
Is yours working? The audio feed?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. It's going to be
Like
tough.
I said, if it all goes well, we shouldn't be able to hear what each other is saying. Just under a minute to go. Bells are hype. St. Francis is hype. This is a game everyone has been waiting for as we get announcements underway. We'll be actually missing a little bit of time as we go into the national anthem and our prayer, but we'll come back with the starting lineups. So, as the prayer and national anthem is just about to get underway, we'll take a break and be with you back in a flash, right here on BCB Sports Live, streaming on YouTube.
Remembering interscholastic athletics promotes and develops lifetime values when fueled by good sportsmanship. As fans, we ask you to give these families your positive encouragement and support.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Bellarmine College Prep and St. Francis High School would like to salute those who served in our country's military, as well as our nation's first responders. At this time, we ask that all our veterans who have served in the United States military and those who are still on active and reserve duty to please rise. We would also like to ask all first responders, police, fire, and paramedic personnel to also rise at this time. With our greatest gratitude, please give these individuals a round of applause to show our appreciation for their sacrifice and service. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please join our military personnel and first responders by standing, removing any hats for a moment of silence. Tonight, we honor the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our country, and for those men and women, first responders, who gave their lives in the line of duty with a moment of silence. God our Father, we thank you for those that sacrificed to make the world a better place for all to live. And for this opportunity to share this night with our West Catholic Athletic League community, and for all that you have given us. Grant to all athletes, coaches, officials, and fans the courage to pursue excellence of mind and body during this event. We pray for your grace that each of us be aware of your goodness in our lives, and may we show our thankfulness in our relations with those around us, and grant that we do not take our time on earth for granted. We make this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and direct your attention to center court, where the San Jose Police Department's Honor Guard will present tonight's colors. Please welcome Diane Wyatt and the Bellarmine Band, who will perform our country's national anthem.
Get it rolling.
And now your starting lineup for the visiting St. Francis Lancers, as announced by Coach Mike Otillo.
And right now, we're going to be showing your St. Francis starters.
Oscar Pedraza, the 5th.
Number 5, Oscar Pedraza, the 5th, 5'9" senior.
Roy Yuan.
Roy Yuan, 5'10" senior. Kyle Rosecrans, who I do believe was on the team last year, 6'2", junior. Mateo Fontana, 6'1", senior. Ryan Daly, 6'5", junior. And now your Bellarmine Bell starting lineup, if I can see this right.
Assisted by Alex Surratt, Alfred Duncan, and Chris Denker. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Castlero, number 3, Quinn Denker.
At guard, like always, number 3, Quinn Denker.
Position, the 6'3" junior from St. Joseph, number 24, Kyle Lewis.
Second guard, 6'3", junior, Kyle Lewis, coming into the starting lineup.
The 6'4" senior from Lyon, number 21, Kieran.
The only senior on your Bellarmine Bell starting lineup, the star, the captain, Kieran Cruz. Ian Elam, 6'5", junior.
Starting at center, 6'5" junior from Jordan Middle, number 34, Constantine Cole.
And the beast in the middle, the monster itself, Constantine Cole, rounding out your Bellarmine starting lineup. A very young lineup for the Bells. And as the Bellarmine fans finally do their chant that they have done every year.
Yep, this is what we all play for. A big crowd. You know, the fans are hyped, the players are hyped. We're ready for tip-off here. This is going to be a good one.
It'll be Cole going up against Daly too. And as you can hear, even in the broadcast, both fans up and at him early. Let's see who gets early momentum in this game. Cole will jump off against Daly. Cole loses the tip to Daly, and it'll be Pedroza the 5th bringing the ball up, guarded by Denker. Pedroza passes over to Yuan, near wing. Yuan looking around, guarded by Lewis. Switches off with Denker. Denker now back on Pedroza the 5th. Pedroza at the top, dribbles far wing now. Pedroza driving. Cruz pressures up. Now that is Fontana guarded by Cruz. Fontana drives in. Yuan for 3. Way off. And Bellarmine has the board now. Here's Denker pushing it up. Denker dribbling in, passing over to Cruz. You know Cruz wants to assert himself here. Elam, Lewis, Cruz, fade away. Off back iron. Great hustle by Elam, but better hustle there by Daly. And Yuan rather will bring it up. Yuan. An offensive foul. Moving screen called on Ryan Daly.
Daly was just getting a little too touchy there with Kyle Lewis, and he shuffled his feet while he's trying to get the screen off. It's going to be Bellarmine ball at the baseline.
Elam, anyway, going to pass it back over to Denker. Denker guarded tightly by Pedroza, full court. Pushes it up. Now we'll set the offense over to Elam. Elam at the logo, passes it back over to Denker. Denker dribbling around. Denker looking for someone, pass it over to Cruz. Cruz over to Cole. Looks like Cole's going to pass it over to Denker. Denker, post. Nice up and under, misses the layup.
Yeah, those are shots you got to make.
It. Gets the ball, takes the layup, makes it this time.
Great second chance effort by the Bells. They did not give up on the play, and he puts in the offensive board.
Pressure, doesn't get there, nice pass.
Oh,
and it's a travel. Great job there by Lewis.
Constantine Cole with great hustle down the court, getting the block. No matter if it was a travel or not, it got the crowd hype.
But great job there by Lewis, forcing the travel, jumping up. That's what you want to see. That's the intensity that Coach Duncan wanted his players to have. Assistant Coach Duncan, who we managed to talk to earlier. Here's Lewis. Ball deflected by Yuan. Now Denker. Denker passes over to Cruz. Cruz looking around. Screen by Cole. Cruz now working on Daly. Cruz doubled. Pass it into the student section. Errant pass. St. Francis ball.
Yeah, I think that ball might have been catchable from Kyle Lewis. A little poor effort there. I'd like to at least see him trying to get up there and get the ball, but nevertheless, it's St. Francis.
6 minutes left to go in this first quarter. It's a very young game. You can see it's Fontana has the ball now. Looks around. Pass it over to Yuan. Yuan dribbling around. Yuan looking for someone. Cole now switches up on him. Cole, Yuan crossover, tries to pass it over to Rosenkrantz. Pedroza misses Denker all the way.
There it is.
And
There
one!
St.
What a move.
St. Francis got sloppy with the ball. Careless, careless, careless. As in big games like this, you cannot get too cute with the ball like that, and Bellarmine made him pay.
Beautiful move by Quinn Denker there. And Samartha's right. St. Francis needs to be a little concerned about the way they're taking care of the ball. Denker hits the free throw, all 5 of Bellarmine's points, as Pedroza the 5th passes over to Fontana. Fontana back over to Pedroza the 5th. He'll dribble up far wing. Looking. Coach Monon is yelling. He wants his players to do something. Yuan with the reaching by Cruz, not called. Fontana passes it over to Rosenkrantz. No, that's Daly. Excuse me, Daly with the ball. Passing over to Rosenkrantz now. Pedroza the 5th. Working on Cole. Pass it over to Daly. Daly working on Denker. Fade away. Hits the bank off glass. Don't know if he meant for that to happen, but a beautiful shot nonetheless.
That was a very contested shot, but lucky enough for him, that one went in.
Here's Cruz now. Offensive foul. Daly saw it. Doesn't matter that Lewis hit it. Beautiful job there.
I'm not sure I agree with that call there. I thought I saw a little bit of shuffling of the feet, but nevertheless, the refs call his word.
And if you can't hear us, it's because the Bellarmine fans are yelling at you guys.
That's called a rivalry there.
We can't hear you. I personally thought it was a good call, but this game is so high-paced, don't have a lot of time to talk about it. Sasso checks into the game. Here's Yuan. Yuan working on Cole. They were trying to get it into here, but he loses it. Cruz with the ball now. Cruz will bring it up near wing. Sasso open, 3, back iron. Great effort by Elam, doesn't go. And now here's Rosenkrantz. Pedroza the 5th. He'll line up a 3 off back iron, and Denker will pull it up.
Yeah, that's a 3rd turnover from St. Francis. You've got to do a better job protecting the ball. And when you got open shots like that from the perimeter, you've got to bury it.
Beautiful pass. What a pass by Cole at the high post.
Great vision from Constantine Cole as he puts it into the paint for his man to get.
Cruz with the defense. Cruz dribbling it up. Cruz. And they're going to call a block this time on Rosenkrantz. Right call here, as you see. Cruz decides to shift over, which makes it a block because Rosenkrantz wasn't in the correct position. Great job by Cruz. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's back-to-back possessions from St. Francis where they turn the ball over, and Bellarmine making sure they make him pay.
Cruz hits the first free throw, playing in the Holy War as a senior, as most do. Last chance he'll have to play against St. Francis. He's had some memorable appearances, been a great member of this team. He's hoping to make sure these Bells keep on getting this hot streak going forward. As he calmly hits the second, even with the yelling from the St. Francis fans. Checking into the game, Matt Larson, he has the ball now. Pass it over to Fontana. Fontana passes it over to Wilmer, also checking into the game. Fontana dribbling around, tries to fade, misses. Rebound by Cruz over to Denker. Bell's pushing. Denker slows it down. Denker over to Sasso. Wide open 3. Sasso misses. Elam, great effort, but doesn't work. And now that will be Larson pushing it up. Larson with the ball again. Larson guarded by Elam. Working on Elam, dribble move, drives in, can't find anyone. Fontana now, he's guarded by Elam, hits the shot, and
yeah, St. Francis coach Mike Motzel is clearly not happy about something. It looks like he's barking at his players there, looking to set up a play. Though they got the points, I don't think he liked the play that they called, that they set up.
Well, I mean, it was a very well-contested shot by Elam. As Elam got hurt, it seems, and will be heading off. We don't know exactly what happened. We're not going to speculate on it, but Elam gets out of the game, and checking in the sophomore, Ryan Kiyoshin. First ever Holy War for him at the varsity level. Let's see what he can do. Yeah. And this is going to be fun for the Bells. Cole and Kiyoshin out there on the same time. Also checking into the game, Cole, Trotz, and Denker. Quick release 3. Bang!
That gets a crowd going. He goes off the pick and roll and able to get open for a 3. Good shot, good look.
Denker now with 7, I believe, of Bellarmine's 12 points. Here is Wilmer. Bellarmine fans yelling, screaming. Now they pass it over to Lanfear. Wilmer, deep 3. He's short. Great hustle. Denker with the ball. He's feeling himself now. He did not like that foul. And this is what you want. You want Quinn Denker a little mad. Because when he's a little mad, he's very good.
Yeah, Wilmer makes 2 mistakes on that. His shot went short, and he wasn't able to get to the ball quick enough and commits the foul. So, got to be a bit more careful there.
Rosencrantz checks out of the game, and Pedroza the 5th comes in. Also checking into the game, Desai Lopez. For the Bells on the court right now. Cole, Kiyoshin, Sasso, Trotzen, and Denker. Looking for someone to pass it to is Cole. He gets it over to Denker. Denker will pull it up, working on Pedroza the 5th. Kiyoshin with the ball now for our wing. Passes it over to Cole. Cole over to Denker. Denker looking around, trying to find someone. He's guarded well and out on Denker. Larson with the great defense there.
I really like that feed there into the middle there to Quinn Denker, but he just didn't take the shot.
Throws it to 5th, passing around. Great passing. And Cole rejects it. Constantine Cole.
Constantine Cole is a beast in the paint. Don't mess with him.
The menace, the monster himself, Constantine Cole. When you get into his paint, there's going to be a problem, but Sasso throws it away. St. Francis trying to run. Nice move by Pedroza the 5th. Touch foul there by Sasso, I believe. He hits the layup. 12-4 now. And Pedroza the 5th will go to the line to shoot for a 3-point play.
That was minimal contact. I don't know, Akshaj. What do you think about that foul there?
Well,
I don't agree with that foul call.
From watching WCL refs for 3 years, they like to call it tied. Pedroza hits it. It's 12-7 now. And correct that, actually Pedroza the 5th. Denker now guarded by Pedroza. Over to Cole Trotzen. Trotzen looking past over to Cruz. Cruz, nice pass to Kiyoshin. Over to Denker. Denker working on Lopez. Denker looking around. Passes it to Cruz. Cruz has the ball now. Cruz mid-range. Nothing but net.
Kieran Cruz is deadly in jump shots. Do not give him an open look like that. And the Bells make St. Francis pay for the lax defense.
He's the captain and star of this team for a reason, as Wilmer brings it up. Pass it over to Lopez. Lopez now near wing. Pass it over to Wilmer. Wilmer drives in. No look past Lopez. Lopez drives in. Nice reach. People are on the floor. Jump ball.
Good job by Bellarmine to play a hack-a-shack there. They're just hacking away at that ball and able to get a hand on it and disrupt St. Francis' play.
I wouldn't know if that was hack-a-shack, to be honest. Hack-a-shack means you want him to shoot free throws, but you're right, reaching in.
The paint, and he's making life hard for St. Francis.
I call it more like the Iguodala, reaching in as much as you can, and most of the time getting the ball. Ryan Trotzen into the game now. Foul on Wilmer. Second foul. Second time he's fouled Denker. Denker's smiling. He's kind of happy about that call. Yeah, you know he loves it when he can get people out of the game.
Yeah, the coach taking Wilmer out there just to clear his head, I guess. That's 2 fouls in a very short amount of time.
And 5 fouls now for St. Francis. For those of you who don't know, fouls do not reset at the quarter, but they do at the half. As Denker has the ball, passes it over to Cole Trotzen. Denker now over to Cruz. Cruz looking for someone to pass to. Drives in Rosencrantz, step back. Trotzen, nice move. Over to Ryan. Ryan misses that shot.
Ryan Trotzen's
and Lopez will push it up. Lopez with the ball now. Nice move, working on Ryan Trotzen. Rosencrantz, deep 3. Nice contest. And they're going to call.
The shot selection was very, very poor from St. Francis there. He was deep, he was contested, and they just got to do a better job. Play smart basketball, boys. You got a long way to go.
Number 2, Adzik called for the over-the-back call there. That's 6 fouls now. We're going to see Bellarmine. No shot clock. 10 seconds left now. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Bad pass.
It looks like St. Francis will get the ball for the last shot of the quarter.
5.6 left to go. 14-7 your Bellarmine lead as Lopez will try to pass it in. Coach Motto calling a play out over to Larson. Larson driving in. Larson splits it. Pass it over to Pedraza. Pedraza 3 misses, but terrible defense there by the Bells, which we'll get into after a short break. We'll be right back here. You're listening to Bellarmine Bell Basketball, the Holy Wars, on BCB Sports Live, presented by YouTube. Your score is only 14-7, Bells on top, but this game has been filled with action. 8 minutes.
Oh yeah,
as the second quarter is about to begin. And Samarth, biggest takeaway from this first quarter?
Turnovers. St. Francis, if they want to stay in the game, stop turning the ball over, take care of the rock. Do not give the ball to Bellarmine that easily.
And it's Pedraza passing it over to Larson as we begin. Pedraza now with the ball. Back over to Larson. They're playing 4 out, 1 in. St. Francis's Rosencrantz high post. Pass it over to Fontana, who hits the 3. A reminder that as kind of a double team, but Denker now with the ball. Cole working on Alzich.
Yep.
Calling a foul. And there's going to have a conversation here. Foul or travel? 2 shots. They're going to say the foul caused the travel.
Good job from Cole to draw the foul there. His feet were shuffling a bit, but
foul is called on Fontana, not Adsich, as like I thought. But Cole will go to the line. And he's saying 2 shots, 2 shots. Important to note because we are in single bonus right now. St. Francis, that means every time they foul, no matter what, it will be 1-1 as
yeah, St. Francis
Cole
got to
hits
be
the
careful
first.
there.
Lewis still went after the rebound, even though it was 2 shots.
I like the aggression there from Kyle Lewis.
Aggression, one would call it. Lack of awareness, another does. Because you do that another time, that's a lane violation. So
you'd rather go for the ball than
lane violations are very bad. You don't want them. They can kill.
I don't know,
man, free throws. Anyway, Larson with the ball now. Far wing. He's working on Denker. Passes it over to Pedraza on Lewis. Now passing over, and good sign as Elam is in. Rosencrantz, cuff shot. Denker came in for the board. Cruz now. Cruz will take it up. And I said this last time I was on air, and I'll say it again. Every time Kieran Cruz dribbles, it always looks like he carries the ball. And he got called for a carry as Denker has the ball now and drives in. And they're going to call a travel. Right call there. Would have been a block anyway.
Yeah, you know that thing you were saying about the carry? I feel like all the greats, when they, they're so smooth with the ball, it does look like a carry, and they get called for it sometimes. I've seen LeBron James, it looks like he carries the ball.
Rosencrantz drives in. Offensive foul.
Great call. He got his feet set and took the hit.
And this is how you know we are a pro Bell station.
Yeah.
Same call, one way. Terrible call. Same call right here. Great call. But now it's all fun and games. Charge and blocks is probably the one call you're never sure if you're right.
Yeah, no, I feel like from player's perspective and a ref's perspective, hardest call to get and hardest call to call.
I would agree. As Cole Trotzen tried to get the ball, Cole has it now, guarded by Adzic. Cole Trotzen now with the ball. Cole will bring it up. Lewis now has it. Elam has it over to Trotzen. Cole wants it on the block. He was defended by Paleo. Cruz misses the three. Elam on the board. Elam post hook. Nice
Offensive
shot.
effort by Bellarmine. Cruz couldn't bury it. Elam cleans up his mess.
18-10 as Fontana has the ball over to Yuan. Yuan working on Lewis. Trotzen wanted to switch, didn't get it. So now as Cruz is going to get called for a reach-in. That's 2 fouls on Kieran Cruz, I want to say. Yeah, 2 fouls. He'll check out. Not happy about that. So, but foul trouble-wise, St. Francis 8 fouls, Bellarmine only 3. Pass into Adzic. Adzic with the ball. Pedraza. Great defense there. But lucky bounce as Adzic gets the ball back. Great defense by Cole. Doesn't matter. Here's Trotzen now. Cole Trotzen dribbling. Nice defense by Fontana. Elam looking over to Sasso. Pass it over to Cole. Cole near the weight. Nice pass. Oh my goodness. Elam misses. Gets the rebound. Misses again. They keep on missing. And finally a foul will be called.
That was unfortunate. That feed was beautiful.
Cole gets over the back, but Constantine Cole controlling the office.
Yeah, he does the work on both ends of the court.
Well, rather, he's in the office now. He's controlling the offense from the high post.
Yeah.
Beautiful passing there. Fontana passes it over to Pedraza. 18-12, your bells are up, and this is a reminder that despite how well Bellarmine has played, they're only up 6. Yuan, deep 3, almost goes in. Pedraza blocked. I want to say that's Constantine again. And a reach-in is called.
St. Francis, they're getting careless. They go in with a smaller lineup, and I guess that makes sense why he took the perimeter shot, but going for the layup in the paint against a big man like Constantine Cole, you've got to be smarter. You got to play smarter basketball and set up a play, man. Don't just go take a shot from the perimeter.
Elam will go to the line, 1-1. Like we were saying, fouls are going to be a big thing, and they are right now. Pedraza was called for that. First free throw, beautiful. And checking into the game, we have Paleo checking in for. Well, he checks into the game. We'll get a number on the guy who checked out pretty soon. Elam hits the second. Fontana back over to Pedraza. Passes back over to Fontana. Pedraza. Bellarmine playing a soft pressure right now. As Cole Trotzen playing defense, it's now Paleo who just checked into the game. Algic off glass, way off. And here's Sasso. Passes over to Trotzen. And Bellarmine will reset. Drives in. Lewis with the ball now. Lewis looking around. Lewis driving in. Sasso looking. Step back. Pass over to Lewis. Sasso, 3.
Oh,
4-point play!
God.
What a shot! What a play!
Gio Sasso. I was about to say he had Elam open at the top of the key for a 3, and he didn't go for it. I was about to criticize him for him, but he made up for it. The crowd loves him.
Gio Sasso can be inconsistent with his three-pointer, but when it's on, it's on. Going to the line to complete the 4-point play.
Yeah, as you said, foul trouble. St. Francis digging that hole deeper and deeper.
Hits the free throw, as all Bell players should, all the time. As Pedraza now with the ball. Pass it over to Fontana. Back over to Pedraza. He's dribbling far wing now. He looks over to Larson. And they are calling. no signal yet. Gio Sasso gets called for the foul there. Getting a little handsy, I assume, off ball. Larson drives in on Cole. Beautiful pass. What a block!
Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Cole Trotzen is hurt, but that is a beautiful play. Sasso now guarding Yuan. Yuan tries to drive in, passes in. Push back, and Fontana will get the call. But what a block by Cole Trotzen. And checking into the game, Cruz, Ruth, and Danker.
Yeah, Trotzen, I hope the guy's okay. He is out right now. He's on the bench, but great effort.
He got the wind knocked out of him. Happens, especially when you're jumping up and fall flat on your stomach. But here's Danker now with the ball. Working on Pedraza. Cruz now. I'm saying far wing a lot. Ruth manages to get it back. Fontana guarding him. Listen, Danker wanted that, but he's going to take it back. Cole, post again. He'll get to work. Nice, beautiful baby hook by Constantine Cole over Lanphier.
Cole is like Kendall Stubblefield Jr., man. This guy is doing what he did. There we go.
Danker with the steal. What a layup.
Man.
Beautiful English.
Again, careless play from St. Francis. The coach, Mike Motil, is clearly unhappy with his team. He is sighing in dissatisfaction.
Bellarmine fans taunting the St. Francis team. And as we'll stay with you for this timeout, some things to point out. You talked about Kendall Stubblefield, and that reminds me of a play last year. Stubblefield got a tech, was livid at the refs, screaming, and Coach Schneider just actually goes in, calls Cole, tells him, Constantine, get into the game.
Yeah.
Constantine comes up. He looks back at Coach Schneider. He asks, as all sophomores who are unaware do, for who, Coach? And that was the most I've seen Coach Schneider yell ever.
Yeah.
He screamed at the top of his lungs.
Well, he's learned.
You know who.
He's taken after Kendall Stubblefield. He's learned and making big plays to fill in the shoes. I actually did ask Coach Schneider about the absence of Jake Wojcik and Kendall Stubblefield, and he said it's a combination of the great work the coaching staff has done as well as the players training hard for it. But every year they're used to it as players like Angelo Athens, Wojcik, Stubblefield, they come and go. These guys are used to it. They got a deep talent pool, and here we go.
I'd say Constantine Cole's defensive presence is already that of Stubblefield. Nice passing. Yuan will drive in. Yuan passing around. Danker with the ball. Pushes up Lewis. Lewis misses. Ruth.
There it is.
Foul called by Fontana.
I am a Bellarmine bias, but I don't think that was a foul. It looked like he got all ball to me.
You can get the ball and still get called for a foul.
That looks all
as
ball,
Ruth
though.
hits the first free throw. If you come down and then hit the guy in the arm, I know this all too well. I fouled out of a basketball game once because of that call.
Was it elementary NJB?
Middle school basketball.
Middle school.
And I was so mad. And as we have quick technical difficulties as Ruth misses the free throw. We'll be still managing to work it out. Wilmer with the ball now. Drives it in. Great defense. Lewis with the steal. Bad pass. Larson misses the layup.
You gotta make those.
Pushing it up now. Cruz on the attack, looking to move. Here's Ruth. Pass it over to Cruz. Cruz is going to work on Fontana. No, gets a screen. He wants to work on Larson. Hides behind the screen. Misses. Kioshin.
Is that behind the back?
They're going to call behind the back.
Yep, that's what I thought.
I do not like that call at all. I am not a fan of that call.
A word about Ryan Kioshin, man. He's the youngest player on the team, the tallest player on the team, and but he's really worked hard to get into this form, play varsity. He could have been on. He played freshman basketball last year. Coach Schneider saw something in him, and he's only going to get better.
And as Daly hit the first free throw, and Nick Grassman checks into the game. He is a fan who misses the second. Great hustle. And Ruth touched the ball while he was out of bounds.
You know, it's always hard to make free throws in hostile territory. Only the people with ice water running through their veins can make those.
Well, that's what they all want to be as Larson drives in.
Oh.
Fancy spin doesn't work.
Yeah, that.
But as Daly gets the rebound and goes out of bounds, it'll be Bell ball. We have Grassman and we have Josiah Ajike checking in. Grassman, nice pass to Denker. They're going to push it back. Denker over to Grassman. Grassman calls the play. Pass it over to Josiah Ajike. Ruth with the ball now. Pass it over to Denker. Denker into triple chat. Now moves out. Ruth with the ball now. Grassman, high pass. He wanted to shoot it, but bad pass there by Ruth. Pass it back. Looking around. Ruth drives in. They're going to call an offense. Yeah, you saw that coming. Daly steps in for the charge.
You know, it looks like all Bellarmine starters are out except Denker. I think I like what Coach Schneider is doing there, as he's given some of the guys on the bench some playing time in the real game speed and not garbage time.
Well, actually, Coach Schneider typically uses basically everyone on his team the entire time, as Fontana, I believe, hits that. It's one of the interesting things about the Bellarmine team. You can guarantee that every player will get minutes in meaningful action. Kioshin.
Oh! Are you kidding me? Kioshin with the dunk! Sophomore Kioshin with the dunk. This crowd is
what a play!
He's the sophomore, ladies and gentlemen.
Pedraza hits the three, ruins the hype, but I have never seen that.
Yeah.
What double dribble by Grassman.
Grassman's got to focus. You got to focus, you know.
Bellarmine fans are hype. Everyone is hype. What a play. Final minute of what has been a fun game.
Yeah, Brian Kioshin loves this, man. Young player in the lights, in front of the roaring crowd.
Daly working on Kioshin. Foul call.
Man,
on Kioshin.
Just imagine if St. Francis didn't make that three to follow up that dunk. This place would be roaring.
Not on Kioshin. Josiah Ashike gets called for the foul, and Daly will go to the line. Bells are up 10, 31-21, with 56.3 left to go in this game. Hits the first. And he'll go to the line for the second. Bell fans cheering, chanting, yelling. Hits the second, so Daly hits both. Ajike will pass it in to Denker. I've already begun to lose my voice, and we're not even at halftime yet. Chilton and Coach Schneider will call a timeout as Chilton was being hounded at the corner.
Good timeout. The half's almost over. You want to use them at some point, and that was the time to do so.
So, 30-second timeout, I believe. Bellarmine up by 8. And we'll be back with you in a few moments.
You got dunked on is the chant by the crowd. They're still replaying that one. You know, it's all about mind games and things like in a situation like this, trying to get in the head of the St. Francis players. They're looking unfazed, actually. Good concentration by the Lancers as they're still in this game. It's an 8-point game, but we got a lot of ball to play.
And Bellarmine coming out with a stack formation out of there. Official waiting on something, someone. He'll pass it in to Denker. 8-point lead, as Samarth had just mentioned. Just 40 seconds left to go. Trotzen looking around. Pass it over to Denker. Over to Josiah. Ashike, Ryan Trotzen. Back to Josiah. Open mid-range. Beautiful shot. And shot clock will be off. Final possession. Bellarmine up 10. Nice pass, Fontana. Let's see if he has clock awareness. Pass, Pedraza. Wilmer. Pass her to Daly. Daly, oh, bad shot. He misses. Bells have 12 seconds. 10 seconds now. 9, 8. Cole Trotzen, Denker. 6, 5. Quinn Denker. 3. Oh, just off. And it will be St. Francis ball. And barring a miracle, we're going to end this game. End this half, rather.
I would expect to see a couple of screens placed, get a guy open for a good open look.
Well, I mean, 1.3 seconds left from your own baseline. Yeah, they're not gonna. Off glass, and that will be the end of the first half. We'll be back in just around 8 minutes or so. Get you caught up with our observations, our analysis, as what has been a great game by Bellarmine. Up 10, 33-23. Listening to Bellarmine Basketball, the Holy Wars. PCB Sports Live on YouTube. Mr. Lindemann. Connor is dead. Got unplugged or something. Where's Sam View? Sam, what's going on?
It just shut down.
Power is dead. What? Power? Oh, did it get disconnected? Yeah, the power's dead right now.
Right now would be a perfect time to visit the Captain Store, which is open until 7:30. If y'all want to go visit outside, get your hand stamped, and check back in.
Someone put a bottle here.
Yeah, I know.
They hit the on-off button when you lifted up the bottle. The button's right underneath.
One more friendly reminder, this game is being streamed live on NorCalSportsTV.com. Click there now or watch the replay anytime after the game. NorCal Sports TV, the streaming home of Bellarmine basketball this season.
Man, that 3 was a bummer. Such a bummer. Right now, I would just get up there. I would just run on the floor. It's so high. Everything's good. I need to get water.
Sam, how's the switching been going?
Sure.
Good, I'm going on to it. Yeah.
Have you been cutting to me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Doing a perfect.
Yeah, I know, he's really good at switching.
You ready?
Yep.
Put us on. All right, everyone. Just around a minute 45 left to go before we get back to action. And because this is the Holy War, we're going to do something we usually never do, which is analyze the first half. That's right. It's just more than telling you what's going on. We're going to tell you what we think about it. So, Samar, three biggest things.
Three biggest things. Fouls, turnovers, and big plays, be it dunks or three-pointers. I think those are what dominated this quarter. A lot of fast-paced action for the big play section. Turnovers, St. Francis committing a lot of turnovers. I've mentioned this repeatedly. You guys are probably think I'm a broken record, but no, I'm not. And third, foul trouble. Both teams got in a little bit of foul trouble, especially St. Francis. I bet that was addressed in the coaching meeting and at halftime. And let's just hope for great basketball from both ends.
Yeah, and as some people might know, there have been a lot of splashes in this game. A lot of threes made. In fact, you could call some of these Bell players Mr. Splash Man. Because they make it splash, man.
The highlight of the game, man, is that dunk from Ryan Kioshin, the sophomore 6'10 center. I was talking to a few guys in the Bellarmine student section there, and they said that Ryan Kioshin is one of the most humble guys they've ever seen. People have class with him, and he doesn't put it in your face that he's a 6'10 sophomore who is on the varsity team. No, he's just a regular guy, but on the court, he's a monster, man.
I'm going to have to disagree with you because, he's 6'8", but that's all right. He looks 6'10 when he plays. And his teacher, Ms. Craze, my homeroom teacher, made it very clear to me that as a sophomore, he is very full of himself, as all sophomores naturally are.
As a sophomore, I would like to disagree with that. All right, here we go.
All right, Denker with the ball now. Passes it over to Cruz, far wing. Cruz passes into Cole. Cole working in the post. Nice move. Nice pass. They lose the ball, and it'll be Larson who will bring it out. Bells are up 10, 33-23, as Wilmer passes it over to Daly. Daly has Petrasa, the fifth, who is now working on Denker. Switch played. Larson pass into Daly. Passes out Wilmer. Off back iron. Great box out there by Elam.
Oh, yeah.
Passes it over to Denker. Denker over to Lewis. Lewis back over to Elam. Elam over to Cruz. Bell cycling it around. Cole coming in for a screen on Cruz. Cruz steps back. Misses it. Nice hustle by Denker, but Fontana gets the board. And here is Wilmer pushing it up. Guarded by Elam, driving in. Pass over to Pedraza. Pedraza. Nice defense by Cruz. Pass over to Elam. Elam pass it over to Lewis. Lewis pass over to Denker. Denker for three. Splash!
Great job by the Bells, getting the steal, setting up a play, not rushing it, and able to capitalize with a downtown bucket.
Here's Wilmer now. Wilmer looking around. Wilmer in the corner. Pass it over to Fontana. Loses the ball. Cole gets called for a foul. Gets fouled, rather. Fontana, who lost the ball and could never secure it cleanly.
You know,
first foul on St. Francis.
Yeah. He was just getting, looked like he was trying to throw an elbow up there. I don't know, from my perspective. Good call by the official.
Lewis now with the ball. Far wing. Pass over to Elam. Pass over to Denker. Denker misses. Cole rebound. Cole blocked by Wilmer, and he's feeling it now. He liked that block. Celebrated too, down 13. Just under 6 minutes left to go. Wilmer, terrible shot. Give that guy a manual. What was he doing, man?
Yeah.
Fontana misses. Cole, rebound. Cruz moving. Cruz, control break. And they are not calling something. Scoreboard malfunction.
Yes. One of my favorite chant to be heard when I'm winning. I think they're adjusting the clock.
Yep, clock and game clock itself.
Yeah.
So while these officials take a moment to talk about this, want to give a shout out to Sam Ron and Lucas Owens, our talented, tremendous, and Brad Lindemann, our talented, tremendous crew, Mr. Lindemann especially, who has decided to help us out, working camera, making sure you get the beautiful experience you get as Cruz now with the ball, working on daily. Cruz sizing him up, crossover, step back, contested, jumper, oh!
That is a Kieran Cruz special for you, ladies and gentlemen. Do not mess with this guy.
Looks like Kevin Durant rising up over anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Fontana, Larson driving in, pass it Wilmer, wide open, looks off, it is off. But it's Fontana with the rebound.
It has not been Wilmer's game. He's committed a few fouls, missed some shots, but, you know, Fontana, I think, was able to clean up his
Lewis
mess.
has the ball, pass it over to Denker. Kiyoshin looking like he's going to check in. Cole, high post. He's been lethal here. Pass it over to Cruz. Cruz, oh, you know he wants to work on this. He doesn't want to pass, but Elam spots up. 3, off.
Yeah, that shot looked a little flat to me there. Not enough arc.
Larson with the ball now. Tries to move. Fouled. Called on.
You know, well,
I want to say.
Yeah, go for it.
Ian Elam. No, they called it on Kyle Lewis. The foul was called on Kyle Lewis. That's his first. Bell's still up 13, 38-25. Now Pedraza with the ball. Denker guarding him. Daly working on Kiyoshin, the sophomore. Elam working on Rosenkrantz. Here's Larson. Larson working up on Cruz. Larson dribbling around. Larson, nice spin. Has to take a leaning shot.
You could play any twinkle toes you want, but the name of the game is basketball. Put the ball in the basket and not able to do so there.
Cruz will pass over to Elam, back over to Sasso. Sasso on Denker. Denker working baseline. Denker drives in.
Oh.
And one!
Gets it.
Mama, there goes that man, Quinn Denker, putting on a show.
Finds a lane to drive in, draws a foul. And while we're at it, I would like to talk a little bit about the psyche of both coaches. As I'm looking here for St. Francis, Mike Motil is a very...
Denker misses a free throw, tap out by Sasso.
We'll get back to that one.
Pedraza dribbling the ball. Pedraza pass over to Larson, over to Rosenkrantz, back over to Pedraza. He's working on Sasso. Elam now on the switch. Switch back. Nope. Elam will stay on Pedraza. Daly. Rosenkrantz. Rosenkrantz contested 3. A little short. Hustle by Daly. Pass. Passes it out. You don't want to save it like that. Reaching by Larson. He gets called for the foul.
You know, as I was saying before, both coaches, Coach Schneider and Coach Motil, they have very different coaching styles. Schneider's one of those calm coaches on the sideline. And Motil, I see him, he's yelling at his players. They both work to some extent, but it was just interesting to point out.
I wouldn't say that. Coach Schneider can get pretty mad.
Yeah, for sure. But in this game so far, he's happy with what his team's done.
Well, I mean, I would be happy too with 3:50 left to go in the third quarter. If
but
you were
hey,
up 15.
If I was coaching my team was playing like this, I would be going nuts in excitement.
Here's Denker with the ball. Fontana jumps up, but now Cruz will have it. They want to get Kiyoshin in the post, working like Adzik. Kiyoshin, call for a foul. That is most definitely going to be Pedraza, who reached in. Yep. Pedraza on the reach. Got him on the arm. 2 shots. And
you know, if
you reach,
if you look at it
Kiyoshin
right now,
will
Bellarmine
teach.
has the height advantage over the Lancers. They've got their big men in.
And with you saying that, Samart, let's take a look at that. The tallest player for St. Francis, 6'6" senior, Adzik. The tallest player for the Bells, 6'8" Kiyoshin, but they also can pull Scott Nelson, Ian Elam, Constantine Cole.
Looks like there's a violation there.
Was that a lane violation?
That was, but it was not Lewis.
I do believe. I remember I said lane violations are killers, and you got to be careful.
I'm going to take the politician road here and say I don't recall any of that.
Here's Fontana with the ball now. Over to Pedraza, back over to Fontana. He'll pass it over to Larson. Larson will work. Kyoshin out on the switch. They'll set another screen. Elam now back to Kyoshin guarding him. Here's Pedraza. Kyoshin jumps out. Pedraza, nice layup, but great tip in by Adzic.
I was surprised he was able to get the shot out. That was a mismatch there with Kyoshin guarding the smaller guy, but kudos to him.
Denker will work up now on Pedraza. He passes it over to Cruz. Cruz pulls up. Hits the deck hard, no foul. That's some cheese right there.
Yeah, maybe the ref thought he embellished it. I don't know.
Fontana will drive in on Elam. Fontana, tough fadeaway. Nice shot. Bells are only up, are up 12. Pass over to Kyoshin. Gets fouled. He went up. He wanted to get another dunk. He was going to get it too.
The manager sitting next to me, Marcus Ponce, is saying he's going for another one. He clearly was. Clearly was.
Marcus was right. He was going to get that dunk.
He wanted it badly, but they put him on the line. I think that's a good foul by St. Francis. Don't get the crowd involved in the game. Don't let him get the easy buckets.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Great foul there. But Kyoshin really coming into his own in the Holy Wars. Not something you typically expect. Yeah. Hits the first free throw. And, when I watch Kyoshin practice and I see him in shoot-around, kid's got range. Like, he can stripe it from downtown.
Big men aren't usually shooters, but this guy is the exception to the rule.
Kyoshin will go to the line to take two. Checking in for St. Francis, we see Desai Lopez. Stripes the second one. And Coach Schneider is going to call a 30-second timeout. So we'll stick with it right here.
Let's take a look at the WCAL standings that we got. We got Archbishop Mitty at first place and Riordan at second. Bellarmine a close third, 7-3. Sarah also 7-3 and fourth. St. Ignatius fifth, 4-6. St. Francis down there, third from last, 3 wins, 7 losses. But this game is a dogfight for the #1 spot as we go into the last 6 games. Each team has 6 more games to play in the WCAL season. The seeding will be important for CCS, as if you remember last year there was a bit of controversy as St. Francis head coach criticized the CCS seeding committee and got suspended for a game. Let's hope something like that doesn't happen again.
I've never worried too much about the Bells and CCS seeding, mostly because they've won WCAL the last 2 years I've been here, so
yeah,
a luxury to have. Those top 3, everyone was expecting the top 3 teams in the league, and we will be broadcasting Mitty's game coming up very soon. But right now it's the Holy War as Pedraza goes off against Denker, pulls up for 3, short, Elam with the rebound, over to Denker. Denker wants to push, 3-on-2, Denker all the way, block! And they're going to call off the block by, I want to say that was Larson.
That was a good transition play from Bellarmine, not able to capitalize, but I like the intensity they're playing with.
Denker will look to inbound, can't find anyone, over to Sasso. Sasso, Denker. Denker sizing him up, 3, looked him straight in the eye.
Lack of effort from Pedraza. He did not even try to contest that, he just gave up on the shot. If I were the head coach, I would be fuming right now. That is not how you want your player to play.
The
especially
Bells
in games like this.
Quietly have made this a 17-point lead. 1:45 left to go. Screaming on the top of their lungs. Wilmer working on Denker. Passing it over to Fontana. Nice pump fake.
What
they're going to call a foul there.
Oh, man, I don't know. I did not see a foul. I think Kyoshin should have gotten the block there. What was the foul call? What do you think it was?
Well, from what I could see, and you and I have an okay angle to that.
Yeah.
Kyoshin hit the non-shooting arm first, and by hitting the non-shooting arm, he therefore got called for the foul. But then he blocked the shot because, like old Chuck Daly used to say, if you've already fouled them, foul them again. Make sure they don't make the shot.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's great coaching. That's a great idea from a coaching perspective.
Cruz with the ball. Pedraza steals it. And Wilmer misses the dunk. He
Chokey.
should not have done that at all.
Wilmer, that's
Out of
another
bounds.
mistake.
Coach
And
Mottil
Mottil is not happy, man. Wilmer got a little chokey there.
He's not feeling.
The Bellarmine fans let him know you can dunk. He clearly cannot. He's got shown up by Ryan Kioshin, who a sophomore who can. I just got to keep coming back to that, man. That just, makes my day.
Pedraza called for the foul. Denker talking a little to him. Denker likes to.
I like that. You want to keep the bad blood going. Keep talking to your rival. Get in their head as
Pedraza will step out of the game.
No, the legend Michael Jordan was the best at it. One of the greatest trash talkers of all time.
No. Larry Bird was the best trash talker. Cruz, 3, misses. Ryan Trosen rebound. Can't get it. Foul will be called on Ryan Trosen. Bellarmine looking pretty, sitting pretty right now. 15-point lead, 46-31. Less fouls than the Lancers.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job not fouling there, especially compared to the previous half.
Well, actually,
at least compared to the previous half.
Bellarmine has done a good job, but St. Francis is, again, 1 foul away from the bonus.
It looks
as
like
Larson will drive in, dribbles. Nice defense by Cruz.
Looks like there's going to be – nope, I thought Constantine Cole was going to check in. I was about to say it looks like St. Francis' troubles are going to get worse if he came in, but – Coach Schneider liking what he sees from Kiosh and give him in some game time.
Denker will be guarding him now. Here's Cruz. Cruz working. Larson. Shot clock down. Almost 5 seconds left to go. Wilmer. Pass it. Fontana. Tough fadeaway. Misses. Tip. Kioshin with the rebound. Kioshin. Bells are going to push. Shot clock off, and they're going to hold. Smart move. Not the fun move, but the smart move. Denker over to Ryan Trosen. Bell fans are standing for this last shot of the third quarter. Cruz will have it. 15 seconds left to go. Here's Cruz working on it now. Pass over to Denker. Denker wants a screen from Cruz. He'll work on Larson. Over to Cruz. Cruz, pass over to Ryan Trosen. Ryan Trosen pulls up. 3.
Good! This place is rocking. And
Bellarmine up 18. We'll be right back with you.
These guys
love
it, man.
30 seconds before we come back. Great game, fun game. Everything you want as a Bells fan and everything you scared about as a Lancers fan. We'll be back in a flash.
And I love it. Trosen with the nice bucket, able to get. He's
ovation yet. But we will. Kieran.
How was your first Holy Wars? Or did you go to the one at St. Francis?
I'm not going to the one at St.
How was your first Holy Wars?
Well, this is actually my second.
Oh,
Because I went to one before when I got here.
oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was pretty stellar.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah. I turned it off.
Ooh, that was fun.
You said you are still streaming?
Yeah.
Then we stopped